Is the real estate market going to crash in 2024? We're going to look at the most recent data for December, take a quick look back at 2023, and I'll share my predictions for the Georgetown, Texas real estate market in 2024. Before we get into all of that, I'm Rachel Bennett with Wildwood Group. If you have any questions or you're considering buying, selling, or investing in real estate in Georgetown or the surrounding area, we would love for you to reach out. Our contact info is below. Feel free to call, text, email, or even schedule a no obligation consultation with our team. All right, so first off, let's take a look at December 2023 and how we ended the year in Georgetown and in Williamson County. In Williamson County, the median sale price for December was $425,000, which was down about 2% year over year. There were 872 closed sales, which was down about 10% year over year, and homes took about 81 days to sell, which was up five days year over year. We can also see that new listings, active listings were all down. The most interesting thing to me on this chart, though, is that pending sales were actually up 11%. We had 718 pending sales in the month of December, which tells me that buyer demand increased right there in December. We do know that in December we started to see interest rates tick down just a little bit. We saw mortgage applications rise. And so even though it was Christmas time, because interest rates were finally coming down a little bit, there's a lot of incentives out there. We saw pending sales increase, which is a really positive note for us to end 2023 on. Moving specifically into Georgetown, in the month of December, we had 81 closed resale homes in Georgetown. They had an average sale price of about $428,000, which was down almost 8% year over year, and a median price of $404,000, which was down about 3% year over year. Days on market, homes took about 64 days to sell in Georgetown in December, and we had 2.4 months of inventory. So if we think about months of inventory, that basically means if we put no more homes on the market, how long would it take to sell through the inventory that we have? And in December, that was about 2.4 months. Technically, they say that 5 to 6 months of inventory is considered a balanced market. Typically what we've really seen a lot more of is anywhere in that 3-4 month range. When it's starting to take a few months for homes to sell, we're really starting to see more of a balanced market in that sense. Buyers have a little bit more negotiating power than they did in the past. And last, the close to list price ratio is about 93.7%. So homes are selling for almost 94% of that original list price. I also thought that the new construction stats for Georgetown in December were really interesting. So let's take a quick look at those as well. In December, we had 24 single-family new construction homes sell. They had an average price point of about $503,000, which was up 6% year over year, and a median sale price of $480,000, which was up almost 29% year over year. So what's really interesting in this new construction space is we're seeing builders continue to increase their prices, and they're offering incredible incentives. So they're increasing those prices in order to be able to cover the cost of the incentives that they're offering. And in a lot of cases, those incentives are allowing buyers to actually go through with buying a home, even in this market. A lot of the times we're seeing interest rate buy downs or closing cost help or all kinds of options out there for the ways that deals are being structured and put together. But this is where it's interesting. We see those sale prices increasing, but of course there's a lot of incentives on that back end. And next I want to move into looking at city by city in a large portion of Williamson County. What did we see in December? In Liberty Hill, we can see we had a median sale price of about $444,000. That was down about 9% year over year, and it's taking homes about 82 days to sell on the market. Over in Liberty Hill, they have about 3.6 months of inventory, so they have quite a bit of inventory for buyers to choose from, and so of course it's taking a little bit longer for those homes to sell. In Leander, we're seeing a median sale price of about $481,000, which was down about 4% year over year. Homes are taking 61 days to sell, and they have right at 2 months of inventory there in Leander. Now, Round Rock and Hutto's numbers are fairly interesting here. Let's take a look. In Round Rock, the median sale price is $473,000, which was actually up 6.6% year over year from last December. Homes are still taking about 65 days on market to sell, but they only have 1.3 months of inventory over in Round Rock. So we are seeing less inventory for those buyers to take a look at. And over in Hutto, we've got a median sale price of about $341,000. That's up 3.5% year over year. Homes are only taking about 34 days to sell over in Hutto, and they have about 1.9 months of inventory over there. And then last portion of Williamson County is Taylor. We've seen a median sale price of just under $370,000, which is up 15% year over year. Homes are taking about 70 days on the market to sell, and they do have about 3.9 months of inventory. Of course, as we all know, that Samsung plant is being built out there in Taylor, and so from the time it was announced, we've already seen home prices tick up slowly, and as we get closer and closer to completion and more people working out at the Samsung plant, we'll likely continue to see those sale prices be impacted by that project. And last here, because we're just next door to Austin, let's take a quick look at the Austin numbers as well. The median sale price in Austin was about $511,000. That was down just 1% year over year. Homes are taking about 69 days to sell on the market, and in Austin, they have about 2 months of inventory. Did you guys find any of that surprising? If so, leave me a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. All right, shifting gears, let's take a look at 2023 year in review. If I had to give it a phrase, I would say 2023 was the year of stabilization. Really, we're seeing our market move back into a more normalized space. The years of 2020 through early 22 were just complete insanity. We saw a lot of people overpaying for houses. The market was just completely insane. It was honestly a horrible time to be a buyer. Probably a great time to be a seller because your house sold really quickly for insane amounts of money. But overall, just a very difficult time in our market, to be honest. And so moving back towards stabilization, moving back towards a normalized market really is going to put us in a much better space for longevity. In 2023, we really saw the lock-in effect at play quite significantly. So the lock-in effect, if you haven't heard of it before, means we've got a significant number of homeowners who've locked in their interest rate below 4% and even a large amount below 3%. So we've got people locked in at very low interest rates, which makes them either unwilling or unable to make a move because they've locked themselves in at such low rates. And no surprise, higher interest rates played a big part. They were a major constraining factor for home buyers in 2023. We saw inventory reach an 8-year high. So in the last 8 years, we have not had as many homes for sale on the market as we did in 2023. So large number of inventory, and of course, we saw the number of home sales come down. We also saw that median sale price come down as well because, of course, those interest rates really played a major factor in our market in 2023. And as I mentioned earlier, in December, we did have some positive news when it came to interest rates. They started to slide down just a bit from the 23-year high, just over 8% that we saw in October. So thankfully, we started to see those rates come down. Currently, they're in about the 6s, and so a much better place to be in order to start 2024. So moving into 2024, what do we think is going to happen? Well, most people are anticipating that we're going to see a gradual decline of interest rates. Now, we're not going to see 4% anytime soon, potentially never again in our lifetime, to be honest with you. But we do anticipate that interest rates are going to slowly decline. The Fed did make an announcement that they are going to cut rates 3 times in 2024, so that's what we're looking out for and expecting. And the market actually took an immediate result to that, which is why we saw interest rates start to come down there at the end of the year. And as a lot of homeowners realize, hey, 4% rates are never coming back, this is really where we are. We have a lot of pent-up demand in our market. We have a lot of people who've simply outgrown their homes or need to sell, who've been holding off, hoping for better interest rates. So in 2024, we likely will see more buyers enter the market. We'll likely see more homeowners willing to sell in order to find a new place that fits them a little bit better. What will be interesting to keep an eye out for in 2024 though is, as those interest rates come down, we'll likely have more inventory hit the market, and we'll also have a higher buyer demand. So when we have higher demand and higher supply, we'll probably still see the home prices stay flat. I don't anticipate them skyrocketing this year. We most likely will not see that. And as demand increases, we probably aren't going to see prices come down a whole lot either. They should get fairly stable in the market. A few noteworthy news articles that we've seen. U-Haul actually put out a report showing that Austin is still one of the top cities that people are likely going to be moving to. In addition to that, we're still seeing a lot of businesses move to Austin, a lot of companies relocating teams and divisions to the Austin area. So that will be an interesting thing to keep an eye on as we move into 2024. So what does all of this mean for you? If you are a home seller in 2024, you should expect that you're gonna have quite a bit of competition on the market. So there's lots of new build inventory, there's other homeowners who are likely going to be putting their home on the market. So it's more important than ever that you prep your home and price your home correctly in order for it to sell. The other thing to take note of is, as we saw, the days on market are higher than they have been over the last few years. And so you should expect that it's gonna take your home a little bit of time to sell, and that's completely normal in a market like this. And if you are a home buyer in 2024, really, this is a time for you to get a great deal on a home. Like I said, we've started to see interest rates come down a little bit. Home prices have also come down a little bit. A lot of people are expecting the economy to really start picking up again in 25 and 26. And so 2024, this year of gradual recovery, is likely a pretty great time for you to buy a house and enter the market if you haven't done so far. So what are your thoughts? What do you think is gonna happen in 2024? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you want more information about Georgetown, Texas real estate or market data like this, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And last, if you want a detailed strategy of how to reach your real estate goals in 2024, definitely feel free to reach out. You can text, call, email, or schedule a no obligation appointment with our team. We'd love to talk through your goals and see if we might be helpful for you. Have an incredible 2024, and we'll talk soon.